Hey, so I just recently saw Black Adam. I'll start with no spoilers and then I'll go into spoilers later. But what did I think of the film overall? Well, I have mixed feelings about it. I was really excited to see this movie. Dwayne Johnson made it very clear he's very passionate about this character, and I feel like that shows for the most part in this movie. Now, I will say, when Black Adam is on screen doing his thing, this movie's a ton of fun. This movie's really awesome when you get to see Black Adam kicking ass. And even just like in a lot of the dialogue scenes with Black Adam, there's actually some really good jokes in this film. Like, I laughed several times, and the action was great. Now, the way the movie starts isn't super good. Like, it's a little too exposition heavy, and there's all this narration happening, and it's being narrated by this kid. And so this kid is a character in the film, and he's in a lot of the film. Like, I'm not going to give away exactly like what his role is, but think kind of Terminator 2 John Connor, a little bit of that. And unfortunately, I don't know if it's just me or if this is a common thought, but this kid is not a very good actor. Like, his delivery is not great. And it's not always believable either. And the film relies a little too much on him, I would say. It's just like, I don't know. There's a little too much of the kid, and the film literally opens up with him narrating the opening, and I was like, is this the narration we're gonna go with? And yeah, like I said, the beginning's a little too exposition heavy. It's a little too ridiculous. They're trying to introduce way too much stuff all at once, which is amazing because they don't even like go into all of it. Like, there's more stuff about the beginning that's revealed later. I'm like, wow, whole lot there. But when Black Adam does show up, the movie picks up tremendously. Like, there's some really amazing action scenes. Black Adam himself is awesome. Dwayne Johnson does a really good job playing him. The only thing that I'm a little disappointed they don't do is Black Adam doesn't have his accent that he typically has. But you knew Dwayne Johnson wasn't going to do it. So Dwayne Johnson sounds the same in every movie. But you know what's funny is the opening of this movie does have some The Mummy vibes, and that's where Dwayne Johnson got his start, so that's kind of cool. However, like, yeah, when Black Adam's not, kicking ass in the movie or having a funny scene in the movie isn't super great. Like, it's just, like, I'd say it's below average a lot of the time. Like, this from the trailers. The Justice Society shows up to try to fight Black Adam. Things don't go quite how I thought they would go. This movie's not quite as dark as I was hoping it would be. There is dark stuff in it, but, like, they don't make Black Adam as much of a villain as I would have liked them to. And the Justice Society, again, this from the trailers. We got Dr. Fate, we got Hawkman, we got Atom Smasher, and we got Cyclone. Atom Smasher and Cyclone are pointless in this movie. They are completely pointless in this film. You could have taken them out, nothing would have changed. Dr. Fate and Hawkman, though, are good characters, actually. They're well done. But yeah, unfortunately, Atom Smasher and Cyclone were pretty goddamn pointless. Even though I like those characters, it's like, you didn't really, like, I want to say you didn't really need them here, but if you're going to have a Justice Society, two people aren't enough for that. But it's just, like, you forgot to give them meaningful stuff to do. There's a couple of funny scenes with Atom Smasher, but that's about it. Like, I wanted to really like Cyclone, and I wanted to really like Atom Smasher, but they were really pointless. I'm sorry. Also, there's some weird choices in this film. Like, towards the beginning, it's like, so Black Adam is tearing it up. He's destroying, like it's like, wow, nobody's a match for Black Adam. But then they introduce a possible weakness for him, kind of similar to Superman's kryptonite. And then they don't do anything with it. Like, it goes nowhere. It's never brought up again. So I'm just like, okay, I guess we're not doing that. All right. Also, in the last third of the film, again, I'm not going to spoil stuff, but Black Adam makes a decision which like, I guess I get when I really think about it, but in the moment it felt a little out of character, and it brings the film down. It, like, because now, like, it slows everything down, and the fun stuff kind of stops, and like, basically, like, without giving too much away, Black Adam stops being in the movie for a bit, and that's when, let's be honest, the whole audience is sitting there thinking, come on, get back to Black Adam. That's what we're here for. And so, yeah, it just, I don't know, maybe if it had been executed better, it could have been, like, really good, but unfortunately, like, that was when the audience kind of stopped being like, woohoo, and was just like, all right. And Wilda literally fell asleep. I found that funny. Like, and Wilda was enjoying it with me up until that point. But yeah, it's hard to describe. The human characters in this, like I said, the kid isn't a super great actor. There's a mom character who's she's fine. There's an uncle character who's goddamn hilarious. Him I absolutely loved. But then at the end of the film, they have the human characters like join the fight in a completely not believable way. It's so ridiculous. It's like, well, why didn't you just have Atom Smasher and Cyclone do that? Why are you having regular ass people doing that? It's so silly, and I'll get into that in spoilers, but geez Louise, that was dumb. But like I said, when Black Adam is on screen kicking ass, this movie's so much fun. But when that's not happening, the movie does slow down. But there is some really good comedy in this film. But some of the characters could have been a lot better in this film. Also, that scene from the trailer where he's like punching one of the jets, that's not in the movie. No idea why. I was excited to see that and how that would go down, but nope, not in the film. Yeah, they do, like, connect it directly to Shazam, so that's good. Like, you know, they've got the same wizard from Shazam in this movie, which, come on, if you know who Black Adam is, you knew that was going to happen. There's a mid-credits scene. There's no after-credits scene, just mid-credits, so don't stay all the way past the credits. But there's a mid-credits scene, which I'm not going to spoil it, but it gives the fans what they wanted, basically. It's pretty cool. Like, one thing I don't understand what they're trying to do, though, is, like, they're trying to make Amanda Waller, I guess, like, the Nick Fury of this series. That's not what Amanda Waller is. Amanda Waller is a villain. She's a bad person. It's kind of weird that she has, like, connections to the Justice Society. It's like, why would the Justice Society work with Amanda Waller with all the horrible crap she does? I don't know. It's a little weird. Yeah, it's a little weird. But regardless, I did have fun. I had a ton of fun during parts of this film. And during other parts of this film, I was like, can we get going again? You kind of lost the mojo. But those parts that were fun were so much fun that I think I would give this movie a 7. Like 7 out of 10 means good. That means good movie. But it's not a great movie, even though I really wanted it to be a great movie. But it's good. So I would give this maybe a 7 out of 10. If you were excited to see this film, you'll definitely enjoy parts of it. I'm sure you'll enjoy parts of it. I don't know if you'll enjoy the whole thing, but I am glad I saw it. I'm glad the movie got made. I'm glad it's out there. And it makes me, you know, interested in the future. There are just some things I wish they had done differently. Like I said, I wish they had made the other two Justice Society members more meaningful to the plot. I wish they had made Black Adam more of a villain, and I wish they had handled the exposition a lot better and the third act a lot better. But I did have fun watching it, and at the end of the day, that's one of the main important things about, you know, movies like this. It's just, yeah, I wish the fun hadn't kind of dipped later on. But, you know, those parts that were fun were super fun. So, 7 out of 10, that's what I give it. You can let me know what you thought of it if you saw it. And if you saw it, well, we're about to go into spoilers. 3, 2, 1, spoilers. Okay, so, yeah. I thought Black Adam was going to kill the Justice Society of America. He doesn't. He doesn't kill any of them. He slaughters about 1 billion typical soldiers, but, you know, not the Justice Society. So I was wrong on that. I really thought he was gonna, because it's like Hawkman can just reincarnate later. Dr. Fate can just pass the helmet on to someone else, and Atom Smasher and Cyclone, most of you haven't even heard of them, so it's like, yeah, okay, they're expendables. Like, he's gonna kill all four of these guys. But no, he doesn't. He actually teams up with them in, like, the second half of the film. I'm like, okay, I didn't see this coming. Let's see how this goes. And it does lead to some funny moments, some good dynamics between them all. Though, again, like, Atom Smasher and Cyclone, like, you could have... I hated at the end when the humans fight off the army of the dead with just, like, wrenches and shit. It was so dumb, and it never felt like it meant anything. It really didn't. Like, they were trying so hard to make it mean something, it didn't feel like it worked. You could have just had Atom Smasher and Cyclone fight off the army of hell. That's what you should have done, but for some reason you didn't do that. But were they just standing around the whole time? I don't get it. Like, what was the point? Yeah, and they were trying to make, like, this love story between Atom Smasher and Cyclone, which I guarantee you absolutely zero people cared about. Dr. Fate is significantly nerfed in this movie. Like, he's not nearly as powerful as he actually should be. Yeah, the opening where, like, a bunch of slaves are, like, finding Eternium, and, like, they start fighting over it, and then this little kid comes up and goes, "Stop! We need to work together." And they're all like, well, if the 10-year-old kid says so, then the 10-year-old kid says so. And then they do that again later in the film with the kid of this movie, like, "Hey, what are we waiting for? We all need to fight." And they're all like, well, if the kid says so, then the kid says so. Yeah, what are we waiting for? Let's fight. It was a little dumb. I got what they were trying to do, but it didn't work. It just didn't work. They changed Black Adam's origins. Now his son was chosen instead of him, and then his son gave him the powers. Mixed feelings about that, because I prefer the regular Black Adam story where the wizards simply chose wrong by choosing him, because I kind of like that whole, people make mistakes, and that's why after that they sought out someone, more pure of heart with Billy Batson. But, it was still kind of touching, the whole, the son giving his dad the powers. I don't know, there were a lot of parts in this movie that were supposed to be really meaningful and, like, hit me in the feels that unfortunately didn't. I don't know if, like, did it work for you? Did it hit you in the feels? I don't know. Maybe I'm just heartless. There are movies that, get to me, and this just wasn't one of them. Yeah, like the Eternium, they show the Eternium, like, weaken him and knock him out, and then they never use it again. Weird, considering the villains are directly mining and gathering Eternium. I thought that was going to be the big, like, they were going to put Eternium in their guns or something, and, like, yeah, that was going to be, like, what creates an actual threat to Black Adam. The villain being Sabak at the end. Now, on the one hand, it's kind of cool that, this is literally the demon version. Like, Black Adam uses the powers of Egyptian gods, whereas the villain is using the powers of 6 demons. It's kind of cool. And I just wish the CGI was a little better on him, and the villain himself was someone, like, nobody cares about. Like, he's not interesting. It's unfortunate. But, it's at least a little cool, like, what he becomes. But, yeah, again, since the CGI could be a lot better, it hurts it a little bit. After Black Adam has technically 3 different outfits in this. He's got his hooded, like, faded lightning bolt outfit. Then he's got his no hooded, faded lightning bolt outfit. Then at the end, when he resummons his powers... Oh, actually, he's got 4. When he resummons his powers, so he gets a more shiny, more clean outfit. But then back in the ancient times, instead of an outfit, it was more of a, like, necklace thing. So then, I don't know, maybe they'll put all those costumes in multiverses when they add him into that. I don't know. But, yeah. What else did I need to mention? Oh yeah, the scene where he, like, just decides he's gonna give up his powers and let himself be locked up. It was like in the moment it was like, why are you doing that? Like, Wilda didn't get it either. I had to stop and think about it, and then I had to explain it to her, and she was like, oh, okay, I guess. It's like, I don't think they executed it super well. And, yeah, like, once he's out of the film became a lot less fun. But, It's in this movie's defense, I don't fully know how I would fix it. Like, I don't envy like the creators of this. It must have been really hard to like decide on what they were going to do. I just wish it had been more gripping. Like, they were trying, but things weren't succeeding properly, and I really don't know how I would fix it. That's what makes it hard. Um one thing I would do, like I said, I would make Black Adam more of a villain, and I would have him actually kill those Justice Society of America characters. But I guess we're not going to do that because we can't make this character like unlikable. Oh, and at the end where he sits on the throne, I was like, yeah, there he is on the throne, just like in the comics. And he's like, no, I don't like it, and he smashes it. I'm like, oh, come on, like. They make Black Adam too much of a hero in this film, and that's one of my bigger gripes with the movie. At first, it looked like that wasn't going to be it. At first, he was mowing people down, but he did have, like, a little bit of a code. He's like, okay, I don't want a completely innocent person to die. I was like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Black Adam cares about the people of Kahndaq. But, for him to just like be a total hero in so many ways, like it was a little too much. They were, and so then when Dr. Fate was like, sometimes the world needs something darker than a hero, and it's like, yeah, but he's not really that dark. He's like, Black Adam has been a straight up villain so many times in the comics and in cartoons and stuff, and I would have liked to see a little more of that here, because now I'm wondering, like, I'm really excited to, after mid-credit scene revealed Superman, and we know Dwayne Johnson wants to fight Superman, and I want that too. It's like, but why is he gonna fight Superman? Like, why would Superman fight him? Like, I don't fully get it. Like, I want him to fight Shazam also. Like, why would that happen? I guess the way you could have it happen is, like, maybe Black Adam's mad at the wizard, Shazam, for imprisoning him, and, Shazam, like, tries to defend the wizard, and they fight because of that, and then maybe Superman joins in because of that, because Shazam and Superman know each other from the whole lunchroom scene. But, I don't know, it's a little, yeah, it's too, Black Adam's too much of a hero for me, for my personal tastes in this film. I was getting excited when Hawkman was like, look, you don't know what he is. He's not a hero. And like, I was like, all right, cool. We're going to go more into Black Adam as a villain, but not so much, honestly. And yeah, the kid is very much supposed to be John Connor from Terminator 2, telling Black Adam, come on, you got to have a catchphrase. You got to do this. You got to do that. And I was like, I see what you're doing, you guys. It's working a little bit, but not too much, because the kid's not a great actor, and there's a little too much of him in this film. And they have this homage to The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which is a great movie. But the way they do it makes no sense, because it's like, Black Adam's got to draw his lightning before the enemy draws their gun. It's like, it doesn't matter if the enemy draws their gun. Black Adam's going to wipe him out anyway. Again, it probably would have worked if he had an Eternium gun. Then there would be an actual threat. But actually, there still wouldn't be, because Black Adam has, like, the speed of Anubis. It's like, you're not going to draw faster than Black Adam. I don't know. I don't fully know how to, like, maybe if he did it against Sabak. I don't know. It's rough. It's really rough. Was there anything else I needed to mention? I think that's about it. I find it funny that the metal is Eternium, because that's also a thing in the He-Man series, Eternium. So, I'd love to see He-Man come in and get a new movie, because I love He-Man. For anyone who doesn't know, in the Injustice comics, they do have a crossover with He-Man, so could happen someday. I don't know, but like, do you agree with me? Like, do you think, like, the movie wasn't dark enough, or was it dark enough for your taste? Are you a big Black Adam fan? If you're a big Black Adam fan, I really want to know what you think, because I'm not a huge Black Adam fan, but I am a partial Black Adam fan, mainly because I'm a big Shazam fan. So, like, through that, basically. But yeah, I guess those are my overall thoughts on it. If you're wondering how this is myth related, he has the powers of Egyptian gods. It's very myth related, and I'm hoping Shazam 2 is a ton of fun. And I guess those are all my thoughts. I don't know how to end videos.